Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to continue with the chapter 3, basic structural modeling. Okay. In last sessions, we have seen what is modeling, what are the features of modeling, what is classes, some common mechanisms, some then relationship between that classes. Okay. Then we have seen some interaction models, class model, and we have seen classes and objects. What are the objects? What are the classes? What are the components of classes? What are the attributes? Okay. Then we have seen the examples of objects and classes. What are the names, attributes, and their operations? Okay. And we have seen the attributes. Okay. What are the attributes? What are the operations? Then responsibilities. Okay. How we can add the responsibilities to classes. Then we have seen some common modeling techniques in last lecture. So there are four common modeling techniques: modeling the vocabulary of system, then modeling the distribution of responsibilities in a system, then modeling non-software things, modeling primitive types. Okay. Shubham, do not try to draw anything on the screen. Then we have seen dependencies. Okay. We have seen the dependencies between the classes. Okay. We have seen the relationships. Okay. In that we have seen the dependency. There are four kinds of relationships. Okay. First one is dependency. Second one is generalization, association, and aggregation. Okay. We have seen the dependencies and examples of dependencies relationship. Then we have seen the generalization. We are going to use that generalization in inheritance like is a relation. Okay. We have also seen associations. Okay. We are going to continue with association. We have seen association also, and we have seen the aggregation also. Okay. So today we are going to continue with association. Okay. So there are many types of associations are exist. Okay. So first one is qualifier association or association, n array association, association class, recursive association, ordered association, and navigation. Okay. So first one is qualified association. Okay. So what is qualified association? In this, there is a given an object at one end of an association to identify an object or set of objects at the other end. Okay. So qualifier partition, it is a set of objects across an association. Okay. The qualifier rectangle is a part of association path. Here you can see this is the part of association path. Okay. Not the part of a class. It is not the part of this class. Okay. It is the path for association class. Okay. So then the association that constitutes of a qualified is called qualified association. Yeah, this is the qualified association. Here you can see the link between this qualifier and that class. Okay, this is the association, qualified association. The next one is or association. Okay, what is or association here? It is the case when only one of the several available association may be instantiated at one time for any single object. Here you can see there are three classes. Okay, here you can see the or. Okay, or association. Class A is connected to class B or class C. Okay, these are the or association. Either this class or either this class. Okay, then third one is an array association. This association among more than two classes. Okay, it is an association between more than two classes. Here you can say how to declare that an array association with the diamond. Okay, there these four classes are connected to each other. This is an array association. Okay, then fourth one is association classes. Okay, so it is an association between two classes. Okay, association might be they have some or the association itself might have properties. Okay, so here you can see the association class example here. This is the association class, this company and company is having more than one employee. Okay, here you can see the association between these two classes. Okay, and this is the multiplicity. Okay, this is the company employer and person is maybe employee. Okay, so this is the association class. Here you can see the association class relationship. Okay, job class, then their attributes. Okay, this is the association class. How to connect or what is the relationship for that, or how to denote that class. Okay, you can see like this. This is the association classes. Okay, so next association is recursive association. How it defines? It defines an association from class itself. Okay, recursive. It is possible to connect class itself. You can here you can see the class is connected to itself. Okay, then the association still represents a semantic connection between objects, but the connected objects are the of same class. Okay, we can connect the multiple objects, but that objects will be from that same class. Okay, this is the recursive association, that class is connected to itself. Okay, this is recursive association. Then sixth one, ordered association. What ordered association is? It is used to represent links between objects which have a specified order. Okay, so whenever we are having any specified order for that objects, we can use order association. Okay, like this. Yeah, these are the two classes with order relationship or order association. Okay, then we are remaining with last one, that is navigation association. Okay, what is navigation here? It is used to mention the direction of association. Okay, by default association are bidirectional association. Here you can see we have defined that association like that associations are by default bidirectional. Okay, so yeah, this is the unary association, but the by default that associations are like bidirectional. Okay, plain line. Okay, the absence of an arrow implies that the association may be navigated in both directions. Here you can see that association is directed from this class to this class, but if it is a plain line, that means that association is bidirectional. Here you can see the association navigation. Okay, navigation means the flow of this class to this class. Okay, one to many. A user is the owner of suppose for anything, or they're having multiple passwords for multiple things. Okay, so that means here you can see this is the association, and this is the navigation from this to this. Okay, this is the navigation association. Okay, so next one is visibility. We have seen the visibilities. Okay, we will see in next part also. So next is composition. Okay, so what is composition here? Here you can see two classes, window and frame. Frame is the composition from window class. Okay, here you can see the whole, and this is the part. Okay, that is the whole part of that. That frame is a part of that window class. Okay, here you can see the hollow diamond, fill diamond. Okay, how that composition denotes like with whole, that is fill diamond. Okay, this is the composition relationship. Okay, and if this diamond is empty, then this is the aggregation. Okay, here this is the composition of classes. Then there are some constraint. Okay, there are five constraint may be applied in association relationship. Okay, so first one is implicit. Okay, that specifies the relationship is not manifest but rather is only conceptual. Okay, second, we can specify that objects at one end of the association are order or unordered. That association may be order association or unordered association. Okay, that means here you can see the ordered. It that specifies a set of objects at one end of an associations. Okay. So third constraint is changeable. Then we can add only frozen. There are several constraints here. Okay. Then we have seen the realization relationship. Okay, it is a semantic relationship between classifiers in which one classifier specifies a contract that another classifier guarantees to carry out. Okay. Here we have seen the graphical representation of realization. Okay. Here you can see the realization. Here we have seen the realization in use case. Okay, how to denote that realization? Yeah, see this arrow. Okay, this is the way we can give the realization relationship. Okay, So next part is visibility. Okay, so visibilities, there are three visibilities. Okay, so it is the important part that we have to specify the relation, or we can say we have to give the visibility to all the parts or attributes or the operations from the class. Okay, so there are three visibilities: public, private, and protected. Okay, yeah, you can see the public. How to denote that public visibility? Here you can see any outside classifier with visibility to the given classifier can use the features specified by preparing the symbol like plus. Okay, how to denote the public visibility with plus sign, then protected with hash. Okay, then private classifier. Okay, how to denote that private visibility with minus symbol. Okay, so here you can see the examples of visibilities. Here you can see the toolbar is the class, these are the attributes of that class, and these are the operations. Okay, here you can see the attributes, current selection. Okay, so it preceding with hash sign, that means hash means protected. Okay, we can access this member only in inherited class. Okay, then public, these are the preceded with plus sign. Okay, so that public means we can access these operations, or for example attributes, we can access these attributes throughout the classes. Okay, throughout the program. And if we are declaring that is private, so we cannot access this attribute outside the class. Okay, so these are the three visibilities in any programming languages. Okay, public, private, and protected. Okay, here you can see the example. Okay, visibility with name. Okay, this is the visibility with name. Okay, name and parameters. Okay, okay, we have seen the modeling techniques. Okay, some common mechanisms. We have seen the stereotypes. Okay, stereotypes. What is stereotype here? It is a meta type because each one creates the equivalent of a new class. Okay, in UML's methodology, there are three types like name stereotype with icon, stereotype element as icon. Okay, here you can see what here you can see the example of name stereotype. Yeah, this is the meta. This is the stereotype with name. Okay, this is the stereotype. Here you can see how to give the stereotypes. These are the stereotypes. Okay, exceptions, meta class. Okay, with icon. This name stereotype with icon. Okay, then stereotype element as icon. Here you can see how to denote that, or that stereotype element as icon. Okay, these are the stereotypes. Okay, so tag values. Okay, we can give the tag values in this is the package. Okay, or these are the components, we can give the tag values. Okay, what is tag values? It is not the same as the class attribute. Okay, it is not the attribute of that class. Okay, we are just giving the values to that tags. Okay, so we have seen the constraint. Okay, then next one is interfaces, types, and roles. Okay, so what is interface here? It is the collection of operations that are used to specify a service of a class or a component. Okay, okay, there may be a question like what is mean by interface in exam. Okay, you have to give the examples, or you have to give the definition, or you have to write the note for that interface. What is interface? Okay, so it is the collection of operations. Okay, that are used to specify a service of a class or a component. Okay, so that interface is used to describe the visible behavior of the class or component or a package. Okay, a class provides services to other classes only through its interfaces. Okay, so how it is represented, like using a small circle with a line to the element that supplies services. Okay, for example class A, it is connected to like line with circle. Okay, that means it this class is provided services to other class with using the interface. Okay, so what is interface? It is nothing but the public operation of the class. Okay, so first we have to declare the interface like interface a, then open the bracket, then we have to write some methods in that interface, then we have to declare a class like for example class b that implements the interface, that is like class b implements for example interface a. Okay, class b implements interface a. Okay, so we have to implement that method with that class. Okay, then next one is type. It is a stereotype of a class used to specify a domain of objects together with the operations. Okay, applicable to the object. These are the types of that classes. Okay, the next one is role. What is role here? It is the behavior of an entity participating in particular context. Okay, there are the questions for 1 marks in exam like what is interface, what is type, and what is role. Okay, so role is a behavior of an entity participating in particular context. What is role? Behavior of an entity. That means that object or that class, how that object or class is going to behave with that operation. Okay, so next one is names. An interface name must be unique. Okay, within its enclosing package. So here you can see the simple path and names. Yeah, how to give that path and names. Here you can see the interface like class. Okay, interface may have any number of operations. Here you can see the stereotype, how to give the stereotype here. Am I audible to everyone? Okay, so this is the way we can give the stereotype. Okay, how to write the stereotype here you can see. Okay, these are the operations. Okay, this is the interface URL stream handler. Okay, then we have seen the relationships. Okay, dependency. Here you can see the interface. This is the interface. Okay, how this is the class with line and this is a circle. This is the interface. Okay, your observer interface. Okay, here you can see the interface. Okay, we have seen the roles. Okay, then types. We have seen the relationships like dependency, generalization, association, aggregations. Okay, here you can see the dependencies. Okay, dependencies between classes, how to denote the dependencies. Okay, then we have seen the generalization. We can give the generalization, that is a in inheritance. Here you can see the inheritance shape may be of rectangle, circle, or polygon. Here you can see the generalization of shape class. Okay, then rectangle generalization is square class. Okay, this is the generalization relationship. Okay, then we have seen the association relationships. We have seen the different types of association. Okay, we have seen binary association. That means it connects exactly two classes. Okay, that is plain association. Then we have seen types of association. There are 7 types. Okay, here you can see the what Swati Dangi. Okay, we will discuss later. Okay, this is the association between two classes. Okay, this is the name association. Okay, works for person, works for company. Okay, this is the name or this is the direction. Okay, here you can see the association example or role example of role. Okay, what we have seen what is the role. Here you can see the example of role here, person and company. Okay, this is the association between person and company. Okay, so this is the role, person's role like employee and company is the employer. These are the role names. Okay, then we have seen the multiplicities from one to many, many to one, how to give that multiplicities. Okay, how to give multiplicities like one to one, exactly one, one to many, zero to many. Here you can see. Okay, multiplicities between classes. Okay, then we have seen the association multiplicity. Here you can see the association between student and course. Okay, then student takes. Here you can see the multiplicity. Okay, multiplicities, it can be expressed as exactly one, zero to one, or many. one or more, or one to many, that is the exact number, like okay, 3 to 4 or 6. Okay, then we can give the complex relationship also, like 0 to 1, 3 to 4, 6. Okay, number of, we can give the multiplicity to number of objects. Okay, this is the example of self. Okay, we have seen the recursive association. Okay, here you can see the company as employee. Okay, a single manager is responsible for up to 10 workers. Okay, so we can add the responsibilities here. You can see company. Okay, company is having employee. Okay, employee, that a single manager is going, is responsible for 0 to 10 workers. Okay, here you can see. Then we have seen the association multiplicity, how to denote or how to give that multiplicities. Okay, here you can see. Okay, a cricket team has 11 players. Okay, here you can see the examples. One of them is the captain. Okay, here you can see the captain, exactly one captain. Okay, a player may be a captain. Okay, or there are one team is there. Okay, the captain leads to the team members. Here you can see number of members are 11. Okay, 1 2, the captain leads to team member. Okay, one captain and 10 members. Okay, that means that is 11 players. Okay, we have seen the aggregation relationships. Okay, here you can see the aggregation, that is empty diamond or whole. This is the college whole part. Okay, here you can see the college is having one or more department. Here you can see the multiplicity. Okay, if this diamond is filled, that means composition. Okay, if empty, that means aggregation. Here you can see the example of aggregation. Yeah, this is the composition, filled hollow diamond. Okay, here we have seen the realization also. Okay, yeah, then we have seen the types and rules. What is rule here? Behavior of an entity. Okay, so this is the revised version of your third chapter. Okay, then we have seen the diagrams in UML. Okay, we have seen the construct constraints, stereotypes. Okay, so in exam there may be questions like draw diagram, draw class diagram. Okay, like uh, prepare a class diagram for medical shop management consisting of at least three classes. Okay, so there is a class diagram for medical shop management. It consisting of at least three classes. Then define appropriate relationship, association, and multiplicity. So you have to draw the class diagram for medical management system or medical shop management. So there is one class for medical shop management. It consists of several classes, like medical shop management consists of doctor class, then staff, then customer. Okay, these are the three classes. Then you have to give that association between that all the classes and multiplicities between that classes. Okay, so there are the questions like this. Okay, so there may be questions like define object like bank account with possible attributes and operations with visibility. I already told you how to give visibilities, public, private, and protected. Okay, so these are the some UML diagrams that we have seen. Okay, so we have seen the some common uh, mechanisms for this. Okay, so we have seen the stereotypes in class diagrams. Okay, here you can see the stereotypes, how to define that stereotypes. Okay, we have seen the name stereotypes. So here you can see the name stereotype, meta class, this is the stereotype. Okay, name stereotype. Then we have seen the name stereotype with icon. Okay, here you can see the name with icon. Okay, then we have seen the stereotype element as icon. Here you can see the stereotype element as icon. Okay, then we have seen the constraint. Okay, so that's it for your uh, third chapter. Okay, we are finished with your third chapter from object oriented software engineering. Okay, so thank you.